Yes, I'd like to formally announce the partnership between Deakin and the Institute of Public Accountants. I've been in academia for 40 years, as you can tell by my grey hair and saggy waistline, a long time. And the whole time I've always felt it's really important for the accounting academics in particular to engage with the profession. And I've strongly supported that when I was head of school in Hong Kong Polytechnic, also at RMIT University, now here at Deakin. And it really is important for us to engage. It's very easy for academics to sit in their ivory towers and not really have any impact on what's actually happening in the profession, and vice versa. So when Andrew, who's a graduate of ours, on our advisory committee, when young Andrew came up to me and said, "Barry, I think we can do a deal," immediately I was very interested because I've been a member of the IPA for a number of years and I do admire the work they do, particularly in the SME area. So he talked about this idea of a partnership between ourselves and the Institute of Public Accountants. And we also wanted to bring in the involvement of our Centre for Sustainability and Responsible Organisations, which is a university-based research centre, which is headed up by Nava. So by putting Nava and the IPA and myself and a few other people together, we could stretch our dollars a lot further. So we've actually entered a 3-year agreement to actively research into SME issues in consultation with the IPA, and to work together in terms of developing thought leadership in this area. So I'm really delighted to formally announce this partnership. Initially we're going to set the partnership up for 3 years because it takes a bit of time to get things moving, but I'm quite confident it'll go well beyond that. And Andrew, you might be pleased to know that despite my ongoing years, I've just been reappointed head of school for another 3 years for January, so I'll be here to make sure it all happens. On behalf of Deakin and on behalf of our School of Accounting, Economics and Finance, I'm absolutely delighted to support the development of this partnership. And now I've done my 5 minutes, so I'll hand over to Andrew and then Nava, who are the only two remaining people between you and lunch. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Barry. Thanks very much, everyone, for being here today, to the University for, of course, hosting. We're delighted with this launch with the IPA and Deakin University of what we consider to be a very innovative partnership. We're in our 90th year as an organisation, and that brings with it a sense of an opportunity to reflect on where the organisation's come from and, importantly, where it's going. And the theme of the anniversary year is innovation, partnership and advancement, which is timely because last year, of course, the Institute was recognised as one of Australia's most innovative companies by BRW and the most innovative accounting organisation. But this partnership on SME is critical for us. You know, more than 70% of our members work in and with SMEs on a daily basis. We believe it's the highest proportion of any of the accounting bodies in Australia. We have 3,600 practices around the country working day in, day out with small businesses. With more than 24,000 members and students operating primarily in Australia, but also in China, and I should acknowledge a delegation here from China who are observing this today, but primarily in Australia, but China, as I said, also in Malaysia, in Vietnam, we're extending our network, now into India, the UK, and also South Africa. The important thing for us is maintaining those partnerships to drive outcomes. There's no point signing a document and signing an agreement and saying, fantastic, let's have a photo opportunity, put out a press release, job done. It's actually what happens. What's the result of the partnership? What's the result of the collaboration? And so that's why we're very fortunate to be working with an institution like Deakin University. Again, I declare no conflict having been a graduate of Deakin University, but I should say an organisation and a centre for sustainable and responsible organisations that actually has a dedicated focus on SME outcomes. We're also delighted to be working in partnership with the Financial Reporting Council, an arm of Treasury, of course, that have entered the partnership as a non-financial partner, but to provide input into the policy-making process and the oversight function that the FRC plays, also informing Treasury as well. Minister Bilson has been a strong supporter of the IPA agenda, and we're very pleased with his ongoing support, both with our initiatives we commenced some time ago with I Love Small Business, which was an opportunity, as Bruce describes, to give small business owners and operators a hug for a day, but to extend to a national small business dialogue this year. We're working with COSBAR, of course, should declare as being a director of COSBAR, but working to have a national small business dialogue for the first time in Australia. We held that forum in May of this year also, which launched the wish list of issues that small business owners and operators were telling their accountant they wanted resolved, and so we tabled that wish list with the Federal Parliament. So we're very active, and we'll be active again next month as we enter the IPA National Congress, the inaugural IPA National Congress, with representatives from China and Malaysia, again coming to discuss issues affecting the SME sector. So as I said, our theme for the anniversary year is innovation, partnership and advancement, which speaks to the very strong themes of this partnership with Deakin University and the Centre for Sustainable and Responsible Organisations. It's innovative because it's an Australian first, bringing the university sector together with the profession to specifically focus a research partnership on SME issues. And we believe it's an Australian first, certainly for our institute, but also for an institute focused primarily on SMEs. Obviously, the partnership component is critical, because without a strong university and strong partnership and a strong collaboration team led by, of course, Barry, but also Nava and Peter and George and Lloyd from the Institute, we couldn't enter the partnership and deliver any outcomes to the quality that we're hoping to achieve. And of course, advancement, because it's the outcomes that's important. As I said, we have discussions with the Minister, we have discussions with COSBAR and others about achieving an outcome or achieving regulatory reduction. Everyone talks about red tape reduction. It's a little bit more difficult to actually come up with a list of tangible things to do from day one. To your point, Robert, what would you do if you were a small business minister today? Where would you start? Very, very difficult to actually come up with the short list of things to trigger on day one. But that's what this partnership will look to inform and resource. And so we're very confident that the result of this partnership will mean policy papers and input into the process. I think somebody made the observation before, how do you change the mindset? How do you change the dialogue and the discussion? Well, it starts with credible information. We can all have gut instinct, but unless we have the resource of both academic research, but also mixed with the professional perspective, we believe that will give us a very solid foundation to effect change and reduce the regulatory burden, making the lives of SME operators in Australia even better and brighter to boost productivity and generate greater outcomes for the economy. So we're very pleased with this partnership. We're very pleased to be launching it with Deakin University and the Centre, and look forward to many more years of collaboration. Thanks very much.